Last time, I told you something, and I meant it. Next episode, we open the book, the very first line. So here we are. Today, we're going to spend the next half hour, or maybe less, on one sentence, the actual open line or Imam al-Tahawiyyah creed. And by the end, you're going to understand why scholars have written entire books just unpacking this one line. This is the True Frequency Podcast. I'm Hanif Abu Ammar. If you haven't heard episode 1 yet, go back and start there. We met the man before we opened his words, but if you're caught up, let's tune into the actual text. Here's the opening line in Imam al-Tahawiyyah's own words. He writes, "Nakulu fi tawhidillahi mutaqidin bi tawfiqullah. Inna Allaha wahduhu la sharika lah." In English, we say, regarding the oneness of Allah, believing by Allah's grant of success, that Allah is one without any partner. So we understand that as Muslims. So we right there. The one on the surface, that might sound like the most obvious sentence a Muslim could write. Of course, Allah is one. Every child who's said the Shahada knows that. So why does al-Tahawiyyah start his entire creed here? And why does Mawlana Fahim Hoosen commentaries spend real time on this sentence most people will skim past in 2 seconds? Because 3 things are happening in that one line that most people miss completely. First, nukulu, we say, not I believe, not in my opinion. We. See, al-Tahawiyyah is writing this alone, at a desk maybe, or maybe by himself. And yet the first word puts himself inside a group. He's not announcing a personal theological position. He's recording what the entire community already holds. The we of Abu Hanifah, Abu Yusuf, al-Shaybani, the Jama'at, before and after them. Here's the trap this protects against. Reading a verse or a hadith and forming your own conclusion about Allah, then treating that personal opinion as if it carries the same weight as 14th century scholarship. Al-Tahawiyyah's first word already tells you this isn't a creative theological project. It's a report. And right after it, mutaqidin bi tawfiqullah, believing by Allah grant us success, not because we figured it out, believing by his tawfiq, his inability. Even correct belief is framed here as a gift, not a personal achievement. You have correct belief about Allah right now. That itself is tawfiq, something to be grateful for, not something to be arrogant about. Now the actual claim, Anna Allaha wahid, that Allah is wahid, one. Here's where I want to push you a little. One sounds like a counting word, 1 cup on the table instead of 2. But that is not what wahid means here. This is exactly the position of al-Tahawiyyah is protecting. When we count 1 cup, 2 cup, one implies the possibility of a second, a category, a multiple possibility members. And this happened to be the first. Allah oneness isn't first in a possible series. It's oneness that makes a second one category impossible, not just factual absence. Classical scholars draws a farther point between wahid and ahad. Both translated one, but ahad, the word used in Surah Al-Ikhlas, carries an even stronger sense. Uttering, singular, without composition, without parts, without anything comparable. Al-Tahawiyyah opened with wahid, and as the creed continues over future episodes, he unpacks exactly what that oneness rules out. La sharika lah, without any partner. He doesn't say Allah is one and not, because that alone could still be misread. Someone could technically believe in one God while still attach partners to him in worship, fear, or hope. La Sharik Allah closes that door intermittently. Not one among several, one full stop, with nothing standing beside him in any capacity. So why does this matter for you? Driving to work right now. Because shirk in 2026 really looks like a stone idol. La Sharik Allah, no partner. Still get violated constantly. Whose approval do you feel more than Allah's? Whose judgment shape your decision more than his commands? What do you place your hopes in when things fall apart before you place it in him? Nukulu, we say, as an Ummah, not as isolated individual, guessing that Allah is one without partner. That's not just a fact to accept intellectually. It's a claim on every loyalty you have. So here's the takeaway. Next time you say, La ilaha illallah, or catch yourself saying, I believe in one God, stop for 1 second and ask, is there anything right now sitting beside Allah in my fear, my hope, my obedience? Next episode, we move to the very next line. What it means that no imagination can fully conceive of Allah. And why that is actually good news, not something to worry about. We keep moving through the text in order, exactly where we left off. This has been the True Frequency Podcast for Al-Hanif Media. If this one had made you think, send it to someone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.